23 ABC News is brought to you in high definition by BMW of Bakersfield. Experience the design and driving dynamics of the first ever BMW 2 Series. Now, with the latest breaking news, live reports from around Kern County, and your latest weather with Storm Shield Doppler. From the KERO studios in downtown Bakersfield, this is 23 ABC News.
New audio shows shocking confessions from the Fresno murder suspect. We'll tell you what he had to say.
In a baseball field dedicated to helping kids with disabilities hit by vandals over the weekend, I'm live with the latest on the cleanup.
Well, good Monday morning. Thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Tim Callahan, in for Mike Hart.
And I'm Jada Montemurano, in for Alex Batras.
And Elena Rusk, in for Elena Rusk.
That's right.
She's here.
So exciting to change it up a little bit. Have you guys here this morning?
Thanks.
I don't have the most exciting news, though. Oh, see, I like that face.
Good. I see good air quality, though.
Good air quality, yeah. So increasing clouds, a fresh breeze today means that you can go fly a kite, you can run around in this great air quality. I want you to take it easy, though, because there is a chance for some blowing dust. And, of course, whenever we get windy conditions, we have a big concern for valley fever as well. Right now, though, it's calm and quiet. To start your day, we're at 53. We have that good air quality. Heading into this afternoon, gusts to 30 miles an hour, and we have the lower 70s. Pretty seasonal for us, that fresh, clean air coming on shore. But up in the mountains, look at that gust to 55 miles an hour. In the desert, blowing dust is possible. Some really fast winds down there. So yes, it's a seasonal day with sunshine through those clouds and no rain, but we are concerned about the winds. And I have much more on that coming up. For our roadways, though, those of you getting out the door, we're seeing that things are fairly quiet here in the valley, but look at those winds. That area in purple already lighting up on the map through the Grapevine, the 58 Pass, and down in the desert.
Orlando, thanks for that. New this morning, BPD investigating a deadly crash on Chester Avenue and 20th Streets downtown. It all happened just before 11 o'clock last night. Officers saying a car and a motorcycle crashed at that intersection. The rider taken to the hospital where he later died. The driver of the vehicle, though, did remain at the scene, and it doesn't appear alcohol or drugs were factors. Well, it's a place where hundreds of local kids have gathered over the years, taking part in activities they typically wouldn't be able to do, and now it's been hit by vandals.
23 ABC's James Johnson is at the Abilities Field in Northwest Bakersfield with more on the situation. James, what have you been finding?
Yeah, that's right, guys. I'm here at the Fruitville Norris Park, where the League of Dreams Abilities Field is actually located right behind me. And again, like you guys were saying, vandals, they actually hit this park, tagging it with graffiti just this weekend. Now, one of the organizers, they reached out via Facebook, even posting a Facebook Live video showing the graffiti. The League of Dreams is working on promo videos, showcasing some of their athletes and highlighting what the League of Dreams is all about. And in the dugout, someone wrote a bunch of inappropriate things on the bench and the walls. One of the organizers saying how disappointed she was to find that this happened.
For vandals to come out to our field and tear it up is just awful. These kids look forward to coming out here and playing. You'll hear all the laughing out here. You'll hear the families getting involved, and it hurts my heart that people have to be so cruel and mean.
Organizers believe that kids may be responsible for the graffiti. Now, in the video, one of the organizers was able to clean up the graffiti, and organizers are thanking the community for all their support. Now, at last check, that video had almost 10,000 views. Just another testament to just how many people actually support the League of Dreams. And I actually walked around just a little while ago, and it looks like it's completely cleaned up. Reporting live, James Johnson, 23 ABC.
Thank you, James. And the suspect in a racially motivated murder spree in Fresno has admitted to the crimes in an interview. Corey Muhammad is accused of killing 4 men, most of them, he says, just because they were white. On Saturday, he spoke on the phone from jail. He's claimed that the first killing happened after the security guard Carl Williams disrespected him and his friend. Police are saying that Corey Muhammad began terrorizing Fresno a week ago at a Motel 6.
Security guard was arguing with her, being very disrespectful, and so I shot him.
You shot the security guard?
Yes, sir. That's what I was standing from.
So far, he's only facing charges related to the attack on Williams, but prosecutors say he may later be charged in the killing of the 3 other men. Muhammad's attorney has requested a mental evaluation to see if the suspect is competent to stand trial.
Family and friends of Wendell Davis joined together at his gravesite on the 11th anniversary of his murder. That case remains unsolved today. Wendell was 16 years old when he was shot on April 23, 2006, while sitting in a car on Bradshaw Street. Police say the driver pulled up next to his car after a brief conversation, shot Wendell. Although more than a decade has passed since that day, the Davis family says it's a constant reminder that it's more important than ever to stick together as family.
You never know when we're gonna not be able to move our legs and our arms. Cherish those days, love one another, play sports with one another, play board games with one another, make fun of each other. At the end of it, get mad at each other, but at the end of it, embrace it with a hug. And the reason I say that is, once again, and I'll hit this point again, we never know when our last day is gonna be here.
A reward of up to $50,000 still remains. Several times over the last decade, there's been information released, but no suspect information known at this time. If you have any information on the case, you're still urged to contact Bakersfield Police.
And the search continues for the kayaker who went missing in the Kern River earlier this month. Lawrence Holguin was last seen on Saturday, April 15th, while kayaking in the Kern River at Hart Park. Witnesses telling deputies that they saw him go underwater. 18 volunteers and 4 boat teams searched for hours this weekend for Holguin and looking nearly 3 miles downstream from where he was last seen. They did not find Holguin or any new clues about his whereabouts.
Politics now, and it's going to be a busy week on Capitol Hill. Congress has until midnight Friday to approve a new spending bill, or the government could shut down. The big talking point is funding for that proposed border wall. Republicans say it must be in the budget, but Democrats say it's not going to happen.
We're going to get it paid for one way or the other. There are ways that we can deal with our trade situation to create the revenue to pay for it.
The Democrats do not support the wall. And I think that the Republicans on the border states do not support the wall. And the burden to keep it open is on the Republicans.
Republicans also trying to revive that push to repeal and replace Obamacare. Friday's deadline coincides with the end of President Trump's first 100 days in office. He called that 100-day marker artificial in a tweet on Friday. Meanwhile, President Trump condemned anti-Semitism on Israel's Holocaust Remembrance Day yesterday, calling it the darkest chapter of human history.
The mind cannot fathom the pain, the horror, and the loss. 6 million Jews, 2/3 of the Jews in Europe, murdered by the Nazi genocide. They were murdered by an evil that words cannot describe and that the human heart cannot bear.
Earlier this month, White House spokesman Sean Spicer triggered an uproar when he said Hitler did not sink to the level of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad by using chemical weapons. Spicer later apologized for that comment.
Secretary of Defense James Mattis just made a surprise trip to Afghanistan to assess, quote, war needs. He's at the end of a week-long tour through the Mideast. U.S. leaders say more troops are needed in Afghanistan to successfully train Afghan forces. The visit comes the same day Afghanistan's defense minister resigned because of a weekend Taliban attack that killed 100 people. And former President Barack Obama is back in the spotlight today. He's getting ready to motivate up-and-coming community leaders. He's talking about community organization with young leaders at the University of Chicago. This is where his presidential library is planned to be made. He's keeping busy because he also met with at-risk young men and boys yesterday. This is all part of his Obama Foundation, a nonprofit organization meant to help develop the next generation of Americans.
Dozens of community members gathering at Moo Creamery in Southwest Bakersfield over the weekend to help a local farm rebuild after a massive storm left their land flooded. Autonomy Farms, which is located in Lamont in the South Valley, hit hard by our historically wet winter, losing all their chickens and their vegetable crops to floodwaters and mudslides in that area. With no farm aid coming from state or local federal governments, Moo Creamery holding a fundraiser, as they called it, Sunday night for the owners to help them get back up and running.
At this point, my focus truly has been just trying to get the farm rebuilt and the ground turned under and trying to get, soil testing done and rebuilding. And so I have kind of just let them take care of it. And at this point, honestly, it doesn't even matter. It's the support at this point that means the most.
There was music and raffles held at the fundraiser, with proceeds going towards rebuilding Autonomy Farms. If you'd like to help out, the farm has set up a GoFundMe page.
All right, and let's take a look out at our Storm Shield Doppler showing us as we scan the skies. There's some increasing cloud cover, some lower 50s here on the valley floor, 33 just about freezing in Breckenridge, and those 40s for Tehachapi and Fraser Park. Into our desert communities, still holding on to some 60s for Ridgecrest and China Lake. They're talking about the 80s later today, but see how that area in tan is our wind advisory, and you can see why as we lay the map over the top of it. Look at this, 30-mile-an-hour winds in Mojave, and this is just the beginning. We'll get faster winds this afternoon, hence the wind advisory. Westerly winds 25 to 35 miles an hour sustained, and then gusts to 55 miles an hour through the mountain passes, possibly 60 to 70 mile an hour gusts down into the desert. The National Weather Service saying that could lead to widespread power outages. I think blowing dust is also a possibility, not just in the desert, but on the passes and possibly the west side of the valley as well. So as for the temperatures, at least with this, we get good air quality, a breeze, and seasonal mid-70s here on the valley floor. Up into the mountains, you're talking about some 70s for the some 60s for the Kern River Valley, 50s in Tehachapi. Into the desert, that's where the 70s are popping up for most locations.
And 73 animals now have new homes, all thanks to one of the biggest pet adoption events here in Kern County that happened over the weekend. The first annual mega adoption event took place Sunday at the Kern County Fairgrounds, and it featured more than 75 shelter animals up for immediate adoption. The event was a collaboration of 25 different organizations looking to raise awareness about shelter animals, such as Martley's Mutts and Have a Heart Humane Society. Organizers say that it's the type of response from different groups that's so encouraging.
I've been happy with the direction of the county's animal services program, but more importantly, I think all the people in this room working together to save and rescue animals. That's what really makes you realize, okay, the community and the agencies that are helping are making an impact.
And those in attendance had a chance to learn more about spay and neuter options and vaccination, as well as volunteer opportunities with the organization.
Looked like a fun event there. Lots of pets. Coming up next here at 6 o'clock, the search for a man suspected in a hit and run underway at this hour. The crash leaving 5 people injured.
Plus, it's an act not many would believe. A woman's check worth hundreds goes missing. And hours later, a knock on the door changes her life. 6:10. Stay tuned to 23 ABC News.